Hey, this is Peter Konieczny, the editor of medievalist.net. So we have this online course called The Battle of Hastings and Norman Conquest, which we run on Thinkific. I run it myself. And I had this mini lecture called Hariulf's version of the Norman Conquest. And I wanted to kind of just share it with you here on YouTube. See if you like it, you might want to be interested in our course. Um, so basically, what I wanted to talk about was a source that just got translated, and it has a little bit about the Norman Conquest. Not particularly a lot of information, but some interesting aspects. Um, so this is called The History of Saint Riquier, and it's by a monk called Hariulf. So Saint Riquier is a monastery that's just north of Normandy. So it seems to be in somewhat good position to hear about what the news is going on from there. But this chronicle doesn't really have very much that's not about the monastery itself. It's very, very, very little concern about the outside world. Sometimes they talk about the Count of Ponthieu. The only other reference, there's only one other reference to Duke William of Normandy in this chronicle, but they do have a page worth of in the translation of a section about the Norman Conquest. And I thought it was kind of interesting to take a look at. And I have it here in the translation. I'll give you a couple of some interesting little aspects about it. First, we have that Harold is giving a sworn oath to someone, and he has broken this oath. But here the chronicler is saying it's the oath that he gives to Edward to put Edgar Atheling on the throne once Edward dies. So this was the most interesting part about for me, because it doesn't, this chronicler, although is right across the river from Normandy, uh, does not put in any reference to him making an oath to Duke William. Uh, was it because he had never heard of it, or was it because he just kind of dismissed it? So the you know so instead he puts this other oath in, which is, and he tells he expelled Edgar from England, which is not true. Edgar was actually in England during the 1066. Um, so this is kind of like a bit of misinformation, or maybe politics, or something like that. So I thought that very kind of interesting. He then talks really about William winning because God was upset with Harold, and he thought the William should win. So he just lays out there. He does. There's a little interesting bit there. Having shown, he says, having shown a wonderful sign in the sky, which I'm pretty sure is another reference to Halley's Comet, and which you kind of see in the Bayeux Tapestry and other places. So it's a nice little bit there. And I love this kind of little ending. He comes in, and the memory of William's achievements is fresh, however, and so we will leave it aside to follow our own concerns. So very, very kind of like, hey, everyone knows about this anyway, so we're not going to put much ink on it. And in fact, I think the basic reason that he actually even included this part was that this monastery actually owned some lands in England, about five separate properties, and they had to send their abbot to meet with Duke William, now King of England, to just reconfirm that they owned them afterwards. And they actually spend a lot more discussing that little aspect of it than the actual Norman conquest. But I thought it was a very kind of really good, interesting little bit. And this is a fairly contemporary source, because he said he finished writing this section by 1088. So this is well within everyone's living memory. So yeah, you can check this out. It's just been translated by Kathleen Thompson, Hariulf's History of Saint Riquier. So, eh, so if you enjoy this, please check out our course on the Battle of Hastings and the Norman Conquest. Is basically what you just heard from me. Is that's what you get. So, Plus, I'm starting another course on the First Crusade, and we also have another course on the life of the Viking Age. And these are all self focused courses. So you log in, you download the videos as you wish, and our other course materials. We also do have live courses as well. They're taught by other different teachers. It's something that's really growing through us on medievalist.net. And thanks